Hi, this is Nina Amir, the Inspiration to Creation Coach with Monday Inspiration. I have a question to ask you today. How courageous are you? Now, there are lots and lots of ways to be courageous. I remember I went out to Taos, New Mexico to do a week-long workshop with the late Stuart Wilde, and we had to do a ropes course. And that took courage. We had to do all kinds of things like walk through the woods blindfolded and sit in the woods by ourselves at night for many, many hours, despite the fact that there were bears and all kinds of other animals out there. And we didn't know when somebody would come get us. And we had to climb up tall, tall poles. And once at the top, we had to actually jump off and try to catch a trapeze. And we had to do trust falls and rappel into a ravine, all kinds of very scary things. And that took courage, and it showed me where in my normal life I am not courageous and where I am and how I deal with things in life when I'm scared. But there are other types of courage that don't involve physical risk to your physical body. There is, for instance, the courage to put yourself out there in a big way. Maybe it's as a speaker or as an author or to start a new business, something like that, where you're trying to fulfill your potential or fulfill your purpose or follow your dreams, to live your dreams. So that can take courage. Doing things like asking for a raise or proposing an article to a magazine or proposing a book to an agent. These take courage because we could get rejected, right? So we have some fear there. And whenever there's a sense of fear, it takes courage to move through it. It can take courage to speak to someone you love about something difficult. Maybe your relationship is failing, or you feel hurt, or you don't like something they're doing. This can take courage. It can take courage to talk to your boss about being unhappy in your job. It can take courage to speak to your children about different things that they're doing or how they're behaving or what you expect of them. Lots of times when we need courage. Sometimes we need courage to do something we really want to do, like take a trip. I used to travel all the time by myself, and not long ago, I wanted to go see my son in Germany, and my husband wasn't going to go with me this time, and I didn't go because I was afraid. And I have promised myself that I won't do that again, that this time, this year, if I want to go, I will go, even if it's by myself. So lots of times when we need courage. So I want you to ask yourself, are you being courageous? Are you moving forward when you want to move forward despite any fear? Are you saying the things you need to say in order to communicate what you need to communicate? Are you being courageous? Are you moving forward in life in a big and bold way and not letting fear stop you? Because fear just jails you. It keeps you jailed. I wrote a whole, well, not a whole book. It was a small book. I guess it's a whole book. It's a small book that's based on a longer book I want to write. And you can find it on Amazon. It's called Navigating the Narrow Bridge. And it talks about moving through fear. Really, all of life is like a narrow bridge. There was a Jewish Rebbe, a rabbi, a teacher, a mystical teacher called Rebbe Nachman of Breslov, and he taught that all of life is like a narrow bridge. I always imagine it like one of those rope bridges hanging between, over a river or a big ravine, between two mountaintops, right? And you have to hold on, and it's jiggling and wobbling and waving back and forth in space, right? And so that's what life is like, and you never know whether the slats are going to fall out from underneath you. But we keep walking. We don't even realize we're walking on this narrow bridge, right? And we just keep doing it most of the time. It's only when we stop and think about being afraid that we become fearful, and we need courage. The rest of the time, we pretty much just plow along. And that's the idea, that, you know, all of life is like this narrow bridge, and the main thing is not to fear. And actually, it's not to make yourself afraid, because that's all up here. It's all about what we're thinking and where we're focusing our attention. And if you focus on the slats potentially falling out below your feet, then you will be afraid. But if you focus on the goal, which is get to the other side, and you're focused on that other side of the bridge, you're going to get there, and you're not going to be as afraid. So that's the idea, to focus on your goal, to focus on what you want to achieve, to focus on your purpose, to focus on your dream, and to move toward it, and to do whatever it takes to get there in a courageous way. So that's it for today. This is Monday Inspiration, and this is Nina Amir, the Inspiration to Creation Coach.